Welcome back to One Now. This is episode, I think, number 8 is gonna be. We're in a different setting. If you guys haven't noticed, not in my room usually. We got this blank wall behind me. Y'all might be wondering where I am. So today is gonna be a little bit different. You guys y'all saw that we're in a different place. I'm here with my friend over here.
Yo, what's up, guys? I'm Andy.
Yo, so we are actually in Amherst, where we went to college. We're visiting like this VSA thing. It's called VSA by Night. It's like a little show that they do, showcases like the culture of it, food, fashion, I don't know, everything about Vietnamese culture. But we're here in Amherst. How does it feel back to be in Amherst, Andy?
It's very... It's
Yeah.
a strange feeling, to be honest. Like, I miss it, but I don't miss at the same time. Like, I miss the people a lot. Like, coming back here to VSA, having VSA by Night, and having Bixby, guest artists, come perform for us.
Bixby,
It's pretty cool.
Have you heard of Bixby before?
Honestly, the first time I've ever heard of Bixby was because of a TikTok. And it was him going to a boba shop in California, asking the workers there if they knew who Bixby was. But he was like name dropping other people, but they knew who those people that Bixby was naming. But they were also playing Bixby music at the same time.
Yeah,
But they
yeah,
didn't
I
know
think
it
I
was-
saw that.
Yeah, that's my first introduction to him.
Have you listened to like any of his music?
I listened to a little bit, but to me, it's like kind of like a new Kashi in a sense.
New Keshi.
Yeah.
I also forgot. Yeah, let's crack these open, dude.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
You're kind of far, but
I got you. Hold on.
all right. Cheers, bro.
It's been so long since we last drank.
Yeah, I know. Ready, mop.
Hi.
Bye.
Yo.
Yeah, that hit.
It's nice.
Yeah, I don't really know Bixby that often. Like I haven't heard of him before. So he's like a Keshi.
Yeah, from what I know, he's like a Southern California Asian singer. From what I know of, right?
I don't know anything, but Keshi's like R&B.
Yeah, I'd say R&B.
Is that the type of music that you usually listen to?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, R&B is definitely my type. I try to go for everything. Country's rough for me, but
Country?
there's some country songs I actually really like. Shabuzi, really like him.
Okay. Shabuzi because of that one song.
Tipsy.
Is it the bar song?
Yeah,
think
that's a
so.
ball song.
How does it go again?
That's a great question.
Fake fan.
No.
You're a fake fan, bro.
Nah, I gotta hear the music. I gotta hear the music to sing it.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about Bixby, but you listen to country?
Not really, not too much. I know of Morgan Wallen and Taylor Swift.
Yeah, everyone knows those.
Yeah. Those.
There's like
people I
Luke
know.
Bryan, Zach Combs, I think, Teddy Swims.
Yeah, I've heard of the first two, not the third one though.
Yeah.
I like to listen to all types of music, but country just, I don't know. It's just never really hit too much for me.
Yeah, me neither. I don't know how people listen to it, but I can't yuck on people's yum.
Right.
Everybody got their kind of thing. But how's life after college, dude?
Yo, it's been quite interesting. I mean, in my job right now, I help people with their money. I kind of just educate them on the best way to.
You're in finance?
Right,
Finance, right?
exactly. I guess the best way I can kind of describe my role is that educate people on how to best use their money. Because I feel like a lot of times these days,
Money man.
exactly. A lot of times these days, people just spend money, just spend it. But in the future, though, trying to create that generational wealth. And I feel like that's very important.
Generational wealth, important. All right. What do you think is more important though? Generational wealth or generational health?
What do you define as generational health?
I think, okay, so like wealth is just like money, right?
Yeah.
So I think wealth is just money. Health is like being healthy. You're not sick. You are happy. You're fulfilled. Stuff that necessarily like it's not necessarily like about like the amount of stuff that you have. Like you can have like a not as good house, like not as a fancy house, but you can still be happy. Going through the motions of life. Being content with what you have. I think that's more important than generational wealth because like how they say money can't buy you happiness. Yeah.
Right.
I think that's true. Like obviously it'll help, right?
Yeah.
Because like people have bills to pay. That's one thing less off of their plate.
Right.
But
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 I'll
like,
ask you this though: how much is enough though? Because from what I've seen of helping people, most times they're not. Most people don't have enough when it comes to retirement. And the one thing that I don't want people to go through is when they want to retire, they won't have enough money to retire, so they have to go back to working. And like that dream boat that you had, that dream to go travel around the world with your partner and stuff, that can happen if you don't make the right decisions today.
That is very true. Because there's a lot of like I've been seeing a lot of old people like that are still working. I'm like, why haven't you retired yet?
Yes, and one of the big reasons as to why I got into this was around Dorchester. Like I saw a lot of old Asian grandmas like going around pushing carts, collecting plastic cans from bins and stuff, and that's really hard, like really sad to see. Like I don't want anybody to go through that. You know, I feel like everyone spends like at least 35 years in the workforce, bare minimum, trying to make a wage. And for the most part, people earn roughly average like 80K. And then if you're really lucky, maybe it's like 110. That's been like the national average. But then for some people, you get to make a lot more than that. But with so many expenses with children and then putting your money into different buckets, like your mortgages and even like your house, in the future, there's so many different expenses you have to account for. And that's the thing that nobody really realizes. Even with taxes, even with taxes today, like there's so much going on in our economy that we don't really realize.
I heard that. I don't know anything about like the state of our economy. Hopefully you do, just because you're finance. But are we going into a recession right now?
You know, that's a great question, but
because like I've been talking to my parents, right, and they're like, my stocks are going down, and like I feel like now is not the time to be buying stuff. I mean, I just bought all this equipment, so maybe I should be talking. But is it a good time to buy stuff right now?
That's a question that a lot of people ask, but to be honest, there's no correct answer to that because no one can really predict how the market's gonna move. You know, like no one can really make those actions to really choose where it's gonna go. I mean, with everything that's going on with the tariffs, with the Trump administration, there's a lot going on. So no one really knows, to be honest. Even with Elon Musk, like there's so many different factors that one single tweet, one single statement, one single move in the economy, it could affect everything.
Right. But dude, that guy has so much power right now, though.
He does, yeah.
It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, with Trump, I don't know. What do you think about it? I think he's a funny guy, to be honest. I don't think he's that bad in a sense.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be careful what you say right now, bro.
Oh, I know. I said that with some.
Yo, did you not see his salute?
Oh, Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Wait, I meant Donald Trump when I was talking earlier. But if Elon Musk, I don't know. What about his baby, man? Like, how are you supposed to say that? It's like XAE E32 or something.
Yo, I remember when he first revealed his baby's name. I was like, what's going on? Is he dating also his wife? You know his wife?
Yeah, I think so.
Grimes, I think. Yeah,
I think so.
I don't know. Yeah, I think she's an artist, but I don't think they're together anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but what has to be going through your head to name your kid XAE12 or something? It's not even English letters, is it? Isn't like the A and E connected?
Yeah, it is. It is. And I think I saw the interview where somebody asked Elon Musk like how to pronounce it. I'm not sure if he even knew how to pronounce it. He said his wife chose the first part and then he chose the second part. Yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Elon set his kid up for so much years of bullying.
Oh yes, absolutely. I'm like, when this kid goes to school, actually no. Well, how do you think his child is gonna be growing up, like in school and everything? Like his dad's gonna be Elon Musk. He has more money than almost all of America.
He's the top 1%.
Yes.
I don't know. I always wondered what it was like to grow up rich. But then again, like all I can think of is like they're just spoiled. They don't know anything. Like they're like, I got daddy's money. I feel like he's gonna be one of those kids.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But all right, a further question with that though. He comes from money. He might grow up spoiled and nothing. But with the next generation, even with our generation today, how would you describe us?
Dude, all the stuff I've been hearing about Gen Alpha already scaring me.
Really? What have you been hearing?
I've been hearing that like you know how like everyone's on TikTok right now, even the kids,
Yeah,
and every single kid has an iPad.
every single one.
Well, most of them, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But like I heard that Gen Alpha, like they're so bad in schools. They have the worst attention span just because TikTok. You know how it's always like rapid fire videos. They have the worst what was I
Attention
saying?
span.
Attention span. Yeah.
Right.
They skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet.
Skibbity toilet.
I still don't get that reference, to be honest.
I don't understand either. There's like a point where like right now there's gonna be so much slang that we don't understand. It feels weird.
But that's because we've graduated from college now. Like
I know.
we've gone away from that kind of lifestyle. Like now it's time for us to be adults. Like coming back here, I feel a kind of sense of responsibility for all the youngins in VSA, you know?
Like we're back and now we gotta like hopefully they're in the right direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's why I hope to
It's
see.
like letting your kid grow.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm gonna dig into this.
Oh yeah. Wait. So this is tofu.
Yeah, I forgot to. Yeah, we got some stuff. I went to the Asian market before I went here. We got Koba. It's just like dried beef jerky, and then we have tofu. Oh, these are the brands.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you know them.
I'm not sure, but that's
Jin's,
Yeah.
and then this one just says Chinese brand beef jerky.
Interesting. I'm really curious to try the beef jerky. It looks good. Tofu though.
You never had it before?
Never before.
What? You're lying.
Yeah, I've never really experimented that much with food. I obviously know what this one is. You know,
Oh,
popcorners.
yeah.
You know, that's the
It's
go-to.
popcorners. Yeah, I got that from BJ's.
Oh, really?
You never ate this when you grew up?
No, not really. Wait, we eating this one first?
Yeah.
But
Dude, this shit is fire.
really, cheers. All good.
My fault.
Mouthful, big back.
I'm a big back and I'm proud. I think I should probably not talk with my mouth open, but I think being a big back, there's nothing wrong with it. No?
I think it's okay. I think
Wait.
because for me, I don't eat enough. Like for that bun from Balea, I could only eat half of it. I would not finish all of it.
Yo, I could demolish 2.
I can't. I cannot do that at all. Like my appetite for anything,
I forgot you have a small appetite.
I have a super small appetite. But I think that's what keeps me lean, thankfully.
You been hitting the gym?
I have been. I've
Yeah.
been pretty consistent.
I see it.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to build my body. Build my body right now.
Are you cutting down for summer?
Right now, I'm not really sure. I'm at a really low weight right now. Like lowest I've been in a couple of years actually. I'm at 130 pounds right now.
Okay, skinny.
Right? Man, it's mostly muscle too.
Yo, is this good or no?
I rate it. I give this like
Out of 5?
wait, out of this bag, this is like how much it comes in one container.
Yeah. Split into 2.
Yeah.
This is the other half. This was $4,
$4?
which is a little bit pricey. Like if you went to like, I don't know, like in Texas. So I went to Texas
Yeah.
to visit my family over there, and they have a very large Viet population, and they sell a bunch of these. I don't know the
Is it only in
price.
Texas?
Hmm?
Is it only in Texas? Or is it around here too, you think?
Oh, well, this
Yeah.
stuff I got from my Asian store in Worcester.
Oh, that. Okay. I gotta
Yeah,
get some
yeah.
more of this actually.
It's fire, right?
It's gas. It's
Wait,
really
out,
good.
out of 5, how'd you rate it?
Out of 5?
Yeah.
I give like a 3.5. Maybe a 3 actually, because I feel like it's shredded. But I'm trying to compare this to like actual beef jerky. And I like the kind of chewiness.
So
to
you just
jerky.
lied to me. You
What do
said
you
it's
mean?
fire and you gave it a 3?
Yeah.
That does not equal a 3.
That does equal a 3.
I think if things are fire, if things are fire, they should deserve more than a 3 out of 5 on the rating.
No, well, I was going off of like a scale of 10. So I was thinking like a 7 or like a 6.5 or
All right,
something.
and then welcome. We have another guest to the pod.
Yo.
We have our friend Kai. You want to join too?
Yeah, sure.
Yo, hop a squat, bro. I have a chair over here. Hold up. Yo.
Crazy setup.
Do I just speak into this?
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
You know.
Oh, it's
Oh
so
my
good.
god!
My name is Kai,
Wait. Oh yeah.
and this is amazing. Hold on.
So this is a proper like yo setting, you know?
Yeah.
We got everything.
Feels like I'm back in Vietnam.
Yeah,
you take me back?
welcome. Wait, did y'all introduce yourselves? I forget.
Oh yeah. My name is Mạnh. I'm on the AECs on VSA.
VSA.
Yeah, I'm a newbie, new blood.
Yeah, fresh meat.
Fresh meat. Oh, what do you mean by that?
Oh,
Youngin.
oh, super senior. Where the freshies at? No, I'm kidding. Yo, dig in.
Oh my god.
Where do we even start?
Oh, let's start with this one first.
Yeah, we just started doing our reviews. We start with the Koba. I literally went to the Asian store right before I left it.
Oh my god.
You better cry.
Don't make that happen about the car.
You heard it from here.
Yeah, what he did, man. Standing ovation. Standing ovation. Oh my god. Yo,
I'm dead.
when I went to America, I bought my first pack of beef jerky. That was doo-doo. Oh my god, straight
Really?
doo-doo. Yeah.
You don't like it?
It's so salty. It's like it tastes like nothing. It tastes like plastic with a bit of salt. No spicy, no nothing. Yo, I almost cried. This brought tears to my eye.
Yeah, how would you rate this out of 5?
Oh my god, 100.
This is an authentic Viet right here.
This is 100. You know, I would prefer it to be a little bit more spicy. That's how my grandma makes it. But yeah,
You know, it says hot.
hot.
Here.
Yeah, that's not hot. That's not hot out.
Yeah, this is American hot.
The American hot.
How would you say out of 5?
I'll say like a 3.5.
3.5?
It's decent. But you know, if this was heaven, like I'm not complaining.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some other stuff on the menu.
Is that popcorners? Yeah, I don't remember my grandma making this.
Whoa, this not popcorn. This is homemade. This is our fresh pastry. Yeah,
Oh my god. Oh.
home needed. Ignore that bag over there.
Wait, before I eat this, so what's the correlation between these dishes?
Oh yeah.
That's
What?
a great question. Actually.
So like, what's the theme?
The theme is anything I could find at the supermarket. That's the theme.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
a cool theme.
I'm gonna dig in the Asian way.
Yeah. Big in, bro. Like I was literally going grocery shopping with my mom right before I came to Amherst. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna grab a bunch of stuff for this pod.
Wow,
I gotta feed my guest here, you know.
that's actually really good. No, like
The popcorners?
I don't know why I'm like taken back by it.
Not
It's your
ain't no
first time
popcorn.
I know. The gourmet.
Like popcorns are so healthy, but it's so good at the same time. It's hard to find chips like this that's like crunchy. It has like so many different flavors too. They have kettle corn. They have this is white cheddar, right? And then they have like a bunch of other flavors
Wait,
too.
have
I think.
Have you tried the what was it? There's a snack. There's also a corn snack in Vietnam. It's a bibimbap.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and they put the cards, cards inside.
the cards.
Yes,
So it looks like popcorn. But it's
Yeah.
like fluffy. It tastes like cheese, a bit of like corn and all that.
It's not bubs out.
It's not bubs out. It's a snack.
Oh,
and
my
that's,
fault,
and that's
my
like
fault.
there's cards in it for football players.
yes.
Oh my god. It's like crack.
It's like crack.
It's actually imagine this but like big and fluffy
Really?
and like more cheesy. And
Yeah, that's
and more artificial flavoring and less regulation, you know. Yeah.
That sounds more American.
Yeah.
You know.
Are you sure these are healthy?
I'm pretty sure. I think so.
And that's all
Let's
it
check the
takes.
calories.
That's all it takes.
Actually, maybe not, because I've heard that things that are white are not healthy for you.
Shout
like-
out.
Yeah, let's get out of this country. Things that are white are not good for you.
Yeah, like chicken, broccoli, Alfredo. Like if you went to Cheesecake Factory, if you look at the calories for all the pasta, it's bare minimum 1,500 calories for every single pasta
Wait,
dish.
Loki, that makes sense though. Like and like food dining, if you get like the cream sauce with
Right.
like the cheese pasta, that's so unhealthy.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so good.
It's so good, but it's like extremely unhealthy.
No, because if you guys notice at every single restaurant, right, every single meal is like 1,500 calories.
That's what I'm saying. I was like, what are you putting in there?
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy, dude.
No, like okay, talking about calories, crumble cookie.
Yeah.
How are you putting 1,000 calories into one small ass cookie that's not gonna fill you up?
Each cookie is 1,000 calories.
Yes. How? Okay, like how is FDA allowing this?
Bro, you know, Crumble Cookie is actually a Catholic like organization.
Is it
Catholic.
really?
Yeah,
What
because
does Jesus got to do with cookies?
no. Okay, so like, they can't.
Founded cookies.
So like the people who are like
Bread of the union.
Only cookies.
No.
Oh,
the people who are like really religious, they can't drink alcohol, so they replace it with sugar. So like that's why Crumble Cookie exists. So they just like consume a crazy amount of sugar.
That's crazy.
Yeah. school fact about crumble cookies. You know, sponsor me. Please.
No, because I've been seeing a lot of people get crumble cookies, right? And it looks raw.
It's not that good.
It's not good.
It's not that
Is
good.
that worth the hype?
No. Like your life expectancy after eating one might decrease like by 5 years.
Yeah, you might get the diabetes. You know.
I feel like that's the case with a lot of American food places here. No?
Yeah.
Like every place is so unhealthy for you. You just
Oh, yeah.
like only way to stay healthy is literally if you eat like a head of lettuce or just cook at home.
Cooking is the
Straight
move.
lettuce.
Straight lettuce. Have you done that before?
I've never like been in. I know there's a lettuce eating club in school.
Yeah.
What
Yeah, I
the-
could tell.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, I'm kidding, I'm kidding.
Oh my god! I get insulted.
He's not returning after this episode.
Yo,
Oh, you're eating
you're
tofu
eating
without us?
yo, he
Damn,
ate
boy.
No, that's so
Dude, that
crazy.
food's not running
We're
for you.
waiting for you guys.
Alright.
Let's dig in.
Alright, cheers.
I'm not the biggest fan of tofu, but it's alright.
It's fire.
Mm.
Yeah. Are you trying to
I did. I tried it when I went to Vietnam.
Yeah.
A lot of people say like the sauce is like a little bit too strong, but I dig it.
Oh,
Yeah.
the shrimp paste?
Yeah.
It goes crazy. Yeah.
Have you guys tried Bum White?
What's that?
I don't know, like I think it's a new something, but like when I went to Vietnam, my cousins brought me out to this place, and it's like bum with squid, pork, and on the side it's like condensed milk. Condensed milk. I was like, what is condensed? What am I gonna be doing with this?
Damn, boy, what are you eating?
Yo, what are you?
You said condensed milk with.
With bum?
Squid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And at my house, you know, we have pho and we have cafe soda. Like we put that shit in, right?
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? UMass Amherst had a boba pizza where they made an actual pizza, put boba on that like
Well, we
chocolate
have to talk about
marshmallow.
UMass's pizza game at Ham.
Wait,
it's
what?
Ham, right?
Yeah, it was ham. It is ham.
It's
pizza
always
guy.
Ham.
Yes.
Yo.
Oh my god. They made like Angry Birds pizza and shit.
Yeah, and they got pickle on it one time.
Wait, are we allowed to swear on this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
That shit is nasty. But no, the boom white, like I had the milk and I had to squeeze the chai tak
Oh my god.
into it. It was kumquat.
Hmm.
We
Kumquat?
squeezed- Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Chai tak, right?
Yeah.
We squeezed that into it and we mix it. And they said that's why they call it boom white, like you have to white the thing. But like I dipped the squid into like the milk and kumquat mixture. I don't know. I thought it was alright. You guys y'all haven't heard of it before?
Yeah, I'm not trying that. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Yeah, you shouldn't.
you know,
I mean, my mom, my parents might know.
You
Yeah.
guys might know.
Yeah, they're my foodies. They love Viet food.
Cause apparently it's like a new thing. Cause like my cousin said that, and I don't know what my cousins. I don't know what my cousins are on because I can't say it was good.
Wait, let's talk more about your Vietnam trip though.
Yo,
oh yeah, how was your trip?
Vietnam was so good, dude. I talked about it on my last episode, but I lost my phone.
I
Wait, how-
remember.
wait,
I
did you
remember
get-
seeing that clip
Did you
actually.
get pickpocketed?
No. It wasn't like pickpocketing. Like, okay, so we went to. So me and my mom, we're going around Vietnam, and we went to Ha Long Bay. Goated spot, by the way. Have you guys ever been?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
many times.
So nice, so nice. It's literally like mountains in the ocean,
Mountains in the ocean?
No.
right? That's
Yeah.
how you describe
No.
it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
I've
rocks.
never
rocks and
been
stuff.
before.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And like the way we get around is we have to go on a cruise ship.
Yep.
Around the little mountains in the water. So we were visiting the islands, and we went on one island, and the island was supposed to have monkeys on the island, and on top of that, we were able to go kayaking around the island. So I was like, kayaking to see monkeys at Ha Long Bay? Of course I'm gonna go. So I'm going, and then I have my camera because I was doing my vlog. I had my camera, I had my phone on me. It was a 2-person kayak, so I was with my mom. She was in the front, just because, like, if you go kayaking, like the person who's more experienced has to go in the back, because my mom's never gone kayaking before. So we're going around. I'm trying to record everything. It's like, oh my god, I'm gonna cry. The shit is beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm recording it. I dropped my phone into the water.
No.
Oh my god.
Yo, I dropped my phone into the water. I was like debating on jumping into it, but I was like, I'm with my mom right now. If I jump, I might tip the boat over. She doesn't know how to kayak. She's a 50-year-old woman. I don't want to endanger her. You know what I mean,
Smart man. Smart man.
bro?
Yeah.
After that, I didn't know what to do. I was gonna kill myself. Trigger warning.
Wait, so did you tell your mom like right away?
Nah, yeah. She called me Ngoo.
Wait, so are you back to your iPhone SE now?
No.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
You had an iPhone SE?
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
had an
that's a
iPhone SE
throwback.
up until it was kind of recent. I think 2023.
Goddamn!
So, I had a home button up until 2023.
A home button?
But low key, the home button was fire.
No, I asked my younger brother. He was born in 2010. The home button. They used to have a button. He was like, "What?" He was like, "What? There's a home button?"
Your brother doesn't know what the home button
Yeah,
is?
he doesn't know home button. His first exposure to iPhones was like iPhone 10.
You see the thing where like kids are doing, you know how people have like the hand signal for phones?
Yeah.
Do it for me. Like you're talking on the phone and you're using your hand to like simulate a phone.
Yeah.
So you do that.
Yeah.
You do that, right? So everyone does this. Gen Alpha.
But doesn't this look stupid?
Yeah,
I'm saying,
you
though.
look a dumbass.
I'm saying because they
Like, what are you
they
doing?
only do it with smartphones, so that's why they do this. I'm like,
Oh.
that's crazy.
Yo, because this is for a flip phone, but this is for a regular phone. Oh my god.
No, they don't know about those
Wow.
landline phones.
Yeah.
They don't know about that.
Yeah.
They don't know about that.
Yo, my friends call me on my landline phone and like they have to go through my parents and talk to me
Yeah.
because they're like, Philip, your friend's calling and on the phone. I was like, okay, but this
Yeah, what's that?
Because why is 8-year-old having iPhone 16? You don't need iPhone 16 at 8-year-old.
Hey.
What are you doing on
I
iPhone
need
16?
to know too. I need to know why do so many kids have iPads right now?
It's crazy. Like, why don't you have a hobby? You don't have a hobby, and you have an iPhone 16. You don't have a life skill. You don't go outside. You don't go play with friends. But you're sending me Fortnite clips.
Skibbity.
Skip.
You know, those TikTok brain rot, TSPMO,
ICL, TSPMO,
SMBAU. You see like the dead rows?
Yeah, the dead rose, bad funny, dude.
Bro, I don't understand. I don't understand it.
I can't lie. This shit pissed me off so much right now.
Yeah, I look through the memes. I get nothing. I get none of it.
Do you consider yourself chronically online?
Kind of. I was
Kinda.
chronically online like back then.
Back
I'm like
then?
less off the phone now by necessity.
Mm.
But yeah, I can't. It moves at such like a fast pace that I can't like keep up with the memes.
All right, don't.
Yeah, they sent me a meme of like a fucking burrito skateboarding. I was like, what the hell?
Burrito skateboarding, bro. That's the humor nowadays.
Yeah, that's a
Dude, I'll be honest. I would laugh to that. I'll be honest. I think that's so funny.
I can see that. I can actually see that. Not gonna lie.
Other than that, you have some questions you want to bring up, right?
Yeah. I'd say one of the topics I want to bring up was a job that's fulfilling. Like after graduating and stuff, and like having a full-time job, it's really interesting to see the life aspect of how people are after college. You know, like some people have the regular 9 to 5. Some people work even later than that. Some people have like different hours and everything. But it's really curious to see. But at the end of the day, like, are you happy doing that job? And it's a question that I like to ask people because there's like so many different jobs nowadays. But is it the one that you really want to do for the future? Is it something you're satisfied with?
That is a great question because I feel like now, there's so many people. You know how like there's a huge pressure to get a job
Yes.
right now. Like work is so normalized. Like getting a 6-figure salary is so normalized right now. Like I think it's dumb because when I went to Vietnam, right, life is so much happier over there. Like even the people, you know, all the communities. Like you know how people say like walkable communities.
Yeah.
You know what those are?
Kind of.
So like walkable communities are like it's like Amherst, right? Like everything's a walk away. You know, groceries. What was I just saying? Holy
Walkable
shit.
communities.
Yeah.
Damn, Unc.
yeah, my dementia's getting to me. So like Amherst is like a walkable community. Like everything is a walk away from each other. And it's literally community like store, like food, I don't know, recreational activities like rec center. You can go on a walk to the lake. You can play basketball at the rec center. You can do a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Your friends are also so close to you. Literally a walk away. I mean, Sylvan to Southwest though is kind of a little bit Remember that time we walked from Puffton to Honors?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
I'll be
There's, like,
honest
many
though,
times.
that was a vibe.
it was nice.
That's what I'm saying. Walkable communities. But here you have to take a car everywhere.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like your neighborhood is so separated from like downtown, like place of commerce where there's grocery stores, other people, it's just so separated right now. And like my mom, like she literally like she doesn't really do anything at home. Like all she does is go to work, go home, sleep, cook for us, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't really have anyone to talk to, like her age, her friends.
Yeah.
But when she went to Vietnam, like, I mean, it's also because like she doesn't really know English very well.
Yeah.
So like when I went to Vietnam, I got to see her be her true self. You know what I mean? And then she's like talking to so many people. But here, like she literally goes to the grocery store, and she enjoys it because there's so many other Viet people there, and like she gets to talk to so many other Viet people.
Right.
But at home, like our house is separated, and you have to drive to get to that place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. No, I can actually like really strongly correlate with you because my mom's kind of the same way too. Like my mom goes to work and then she comes home, she cooks for us, but like with the socializing part of it, like she doesn't really hang out with like too many other people too.
Right.
But then this past summer when I went to Vietnam, like she was hanging out with her sisters, she was hanging out with all her friends and everything. Like it's just the happiest I've seen it in so long.
Yeah, like you don't really get to see that side of your mom
exactly.
when she's here,
Exactly.
which is crazy.
And that's one thing I'm really curious about. Like for a lot of our parents, especially immigrant parents, like they leave behind their entire kind of life, their friends and everything to kind of start something brand new.
Right.
And then I guess from there, it's just like for them, like, do they want to stay here? Or is like, does it make sense for them to move back home where they're happier?
Mm-hmm. Like I'm saying, like, but so walkable communities, and then like, yeah, having a job is just so normalized here. That's the topic that he asked. He was like,
Oh yeah.
what was the question?
So my question was about having a fulfilling job. Like a lot of people nowadays have a 9-to-5 job or like some different hours that they don't really enjoy, but it's something to pay the bills. It's something to like pay for the things that you really want. But is it kind of worth having that unfulfilling job, or is it worth finding that fulfilling job that makes you happy in a sense? And then with the walkable communities, they're really close knit in the sense that they kind of
like having like working is so normalized here that like stuff like just like talking to your friends, relaxing, like we should normalize that instead, because people are getting jobs and they don't enjoy them. But like that happened to me when I was like talking to my advisor. So like I went to my advisor, this is probably like end of my junior year, and then like I was like, I don't know if engineering is like the right major for me. And like that's kind of bad because that's the end of my junior year when I'm almost done with college. And he said something which like I keep remembering, and he's like, work doesn't have to be your passion. You know what I mean? Like you could work and do a 9-to-5, like a job that it's not your passion. It's not something that you want to keep growing.
Yeah.
You're not passionate about, but you can just go to work. It's just something that pays the bills. You have so much time after your job to do whatever you want, and to enjoy, do your things that you actually enjoy doing, your passions.
Right.
So like, yeah, work is just a means to live. But again, I'm just saying that America makes it so normalized that you gotta make 6 figures, you gotta work overtime. Like there's so much more to life other than work, right?
Yeah.
What do you
Well,
guys
in
think?
that sense, then what else is there that besides work? Because in my mindset, I see people work because they want the money in order to like kind of afford everything else in their life. But then at the same time, you gotta sacrifice that time for like other stuff too. Like it's opportunity cost essentially.
Mm-hmm. You agree with him?
Yeah, and I think like the economy is so cooked too. Like it's like so cooked. Like I believe that post grad, you might gotta find something just to pay the bills. Because if you fuck around and do nothing, like you're gonna be so behind.
Mm-hmm.
And like the expectation you see too, like on social media, like okay, going on LinkedIn, like don't get me wrong, LinkedIn is a good app. Every time you go on LinkedIn and you see app accepted offer from Amazon, from these big companies, like your expectation is like set so high,
Yeah, yeah. Because
And
there's
then-
so many other people getting these big ass jobs,
right?
and you just there unemployed.
Right, and you're on the same. You might be the same age as them. You might have been in the same classes as them,
Yeah, yeah.
and you'll be wondering like, okay, this is kind of like crazy, but like, what is wrong with me?
No, that's a thing though.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
There's a guy who goes around asking like a bunch of billionaires at School of Hard Knocks. There's a quote that I really like by him. He said that the greatest thief of happiness is comparison, or comparison is the greatest thief of all of happiness, or something along those lines. And it really does make sense. Like,
Comparison is a thief of joy.
yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And it's just like every single day, I feel like we compare ourselves like other people, but at the same time, I feel like what we do in ourselves, like we have so much power in ourselves to like do whatever we want. Like I realize we're all super young. We have so much time to kind of decide what we want to do.
Right. Because when we first graduated, right, I was seeing you got your full-time job. Kate is working at Hasbro. That's also a sick ass company. She's working for one of the biggest toy companies in the world. And I'm here working at a restaurant. So I'm seeing y'all do your corporate job. I'm like, damn, what am I doing right now? That's real. Like,
Yeah.
it's just so hard to not compare yourself when you see it so often.
Oh
know what I mean?
yeah, 100%.
All right, I gotta leave soon, but I'll say something. Oftentimes we compare ourselves to others, but we never. I feel for me, I never stop and realize how much I've done and how far we have came from, and like never give up. Like I know it's like not like normalized, but it's important to just find what you love and continue doing it, and don't let like social media kill your expectation. Because I think
Shit.
social media, like not only like about your jobs, but like your relationships too. But thank you for having me on this podcast. I'm a
Give it
dip
up
now.
for Kai, everybody.
And the food's bomb. Shout out Phil, shout out Andy.
yeah. Type shit.
Type shit.
No, but yeah, that's what I think about it. I think it's so dumb. What have you? I want to know, what have you been doing? You know how people say you have your 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
I asked you this before graduating, but I want to see how it's changed now. What's your 5 to 9?
5 to 9.
Like, what do you do after work, bro? What
I
have you been
mean-
up to?
No, well, I also get out of work super late too. Like I'm constantly working, to be honest. Like there isn't really that much time that I spent not working, I'd say. I feel like for me, I really like working. I don't really like being complacent and not doing anything. I really like being able to work because I feel like through working, I kind of improve on myself. And I feel like through my job, I not only become more knowledgeable about like how the world and money works, but also get more knowledgeable about the extent of my abilities in a sense, right? But yeah, for my 5 to 9, I get out of work probably around 7 o'clock. I
7.
Yeah.
When do you start?
start like around 8 to 8:30 and stuff, and then I have meetings, company meetings. I have client meetings. I have team meetings. I gotta do some prep. I gotta do some illustrations. I gotta create some models. I gotta do a whole bunch of stuff. I gotta do some like back office and stuff too. I gotta do some stuff to take care of people. And there's a lot I need to do. And plus I live far away from my office. So it just makes sense for me to stay at the office too. And I'm working with people kind of all around the world in some cases. I have a client in Canada, a client in Hawaii. I was talking to somebody in like Australia. Like
Mhm.
it's cool. It's really cool.
You enjoy this? You enjoyed your work?
Yeah,
You like what you do?
in some cases. I mean, I feel like I really like the educational part of kind of teaching people what they should be doing with their money, or teaching them about how they kind of should protect their future and like their kids and everything. Because we'll all soon realize that life gets super expensive. And if you don't budget right and if you don't invest right, you're gonna be working until like you're 80 or something. That's the future I don't really want to see for anybody. But
Dude.
I feel like right now, the foundation in our 20s and our 30s will 100% decide how we will become in the future.
Is that
how-
education?
Yeah. Or just like knowing what's the right thing to do, you know?
No, I agree. I recently just found the importance of a college degree and how much that impacts things. Like,
Mm.
so I just got my offer, right?
Yeah.
And
So congrats, bro.
Thank you.
Give it up.
we're making it out.
Yeah.
So I just got my offer, and then I realized, like, right off the bat, my starting salary is as much as my dad's, who's been working for, I don't know, 30 years probably. My starting salary is the same as my dad's salary, who's been working for 30 years.
Is it the same position or
No, not same position, like not same type of work.
yeah,
He does a different kind of work, but my dad, like, he only has like high school education, right?
right,
And he's been working for 30 years, and now I already matched his salary out of college,
right,
which is crazy to think about. Like, I'm very fortunate for my parents to have like, I'm very fortunate for my parents to like let me able to go to college, have this kind of education. But it's just crazy to think about that I'm making as much as my dad now, right out of college.
oh yeah, no, 100%. Yeah, I feel like with jobs nowadays, it's really interesting to see, especially with like how people can take it into the future. But I feel like in our generation nowadays, most of us are trying to become entrepreneurs. Most of us don't want to live in that 9 to 5 rat life. Like, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself sticking in this position for the next 3-5 years?
3 to 5 years. I mean, probably. Well, company, no. Position, probably, just because I need someone to pay the bills.
Right.
But like, again, remember what I told you? Like, work doesn't have to be your passion. It's just something
Yeah.
you just do. Go home, and now you can actually use your free time to do what you want. So like, I'll probably still be working on that, and then doing what I want in my own time. You know, I have this whole podcast thing.
Right.
Maybe I'll do something with that. But something with that. But what was the question?
I don't know. It's just the idea of like having like a fulfilling job and stuff. Because I feel like a job is a
Oh.
job. Like it does pay the bills and everything, but like
Mhm.
we only have so much time. You know, like I'd
Yeah.
rather be able to choose my schedule. Like right now, in my job, I get to choose every single hour what I want to do, who I want to talk to, and like everything of that sort. But I don't want to work a 9 to 5 job that I just hate. Like in those 9 hours or something, like I don't want to spend that kind of hating the entire time.
Right.
You know,
Mm. Is this your dream job right now?
I don't know, to be honest. Like
You haven't thought
in
about
my
it?
job, there's some things I really hate. Like I've realized that some people,
Some
don't-
people are so incompetent, bro.
unfortunately, some people just don't have common sense. And like in the past 4 months, I'd say I've talked to at least 1,000 people. 1,000 people. Like one, every single one of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's kind of sad to see, to be honest. Like, how far can I go with this podcast? Because I feel like with how our
I mean, whatever you want.
society
bro.
is going, I don't think we're confident to do much, to be honest. I feel like there's those who are the go-getters who want to succeed and achieve more, and there's those who are complacent, who's okay with being comfortable, like settling with
I
what's
agree.
given to them, you know?
But I also think that like it takes a lot of effort and like I guess courage also to like break out of that cycle too.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
but,
why
like,
so many people fall into that cycle.
Exactly. But why would you want to work in 9 to 5 until you're 60, 70 years old when you could become like an entrepreneur, create your own business, like have multiple streams of passive income so that you don't need to work anymore. You own your own boss and you could retire early if you really wanted to.
I mean, it's easier said than done.
Oh, it depends. It depends
Obviously,
on
like
how you wanna go.
everyone who starts a business, they can't just make it off the bat like that. You
Of
know
course,
what I mean?
of course. And I feel like with any business, anything that you're doing by yourself, like if you're starting, like for me, I started from absolutely nothing. Like I started with no help or anything. I created my book of business just by myself. But I feel like
Good for
it's
you, bro.
through that persistence, that consistency of wanting, of that motivation to want more and to know that you will succeed in the future. Like no matter how many doubters, how many people tell you that you're not gonna succeed or like it's like really tough, like you know in the end it's gonna work out. And that's with everybody. Like anybody who started a business, they've been told the same things. And I've been talking to so many different business owners, like you know, like Motion Nut and Quincy. Like I'm doing work with their family there.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah, and then with Cocoa Leaf in Dorchester, doing a little bit with them too. But it's been like really cool to see, like to see like kind of mindsets of like the business owners and how they are right now. For the most part, all super young, man. Like imagine being 30 years old with a business and you retire for
That's
the next
very
5
true.
years.
A lot of like boba shops, Mochi Nut, a lot of pho restaurants right
Yeah.
now. A lot of Vietnamese restaurants. They're all owned by a lot of young people.
Yes, no, because Captain, oh, I know a bunch of business owners like around Boston, which has been really cool. It's been really cool to kind of talk to all of them. Yeah, a lot of them are super young, and it's not that hard to kind of start the business. Like I feel like in my job, I now understand how you can kind of generate generational wealth, but it really depends if you have that courage.
Yeah,
to
it
take
definitely
that
does
risk.
add to that.
Yeah,
But I was gonna say before, like, you know how you were like, people are just like so scared of other people. What were you saying? Like you're like other people are like afraid of what other
Oh,
people.
some people are complacent, or some people are like,
Yeah.
oh, yeah,
Like they're too scared to like break out of the
yeah,
cycle.
exactly. Like, nowadays, a lot of people work the 9 to 5 job and they earn their salary, and they kind of stick with that position. They're okay earn that
Mm.
kind of salary and paying all the bills and kind of like staying a comfortable life. But then there's those who are the go-getters who want to achieve more, who want to go that extra mile to kind of achieve more for themselves.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it doesn't depend on you and what you want and what you actually do. But I feel like currently there's like a increase of people who are breaking that cycle. I feel like.
No, I feel
Right?
like in our generation, no, Gen Z is really big on being entrepreneurs, and that's what I feel like I want all of us to be like, to be an
Mhm.
entrepreneur and not just have to be in a corporate 9 to 5 job.
Right. Yeah. I think Gen Z, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing.
For the most part, yeah, it's really cool to see actually.
Mhm. I think a lot of people like are just so scared of like, because there's a lot of risk involved, like breaking out of that cycle, right? Like if you quit your job and pursue your passion, like what you might end up homeless. I feel like that's what a lot of people think,
Yeah, But
which
the-
is fair.
yeah, but the good thing is that we're young. We still live with our parents.
That's very
now.
true. That's very true. I mean, not a lot of people have that that what's it called? A lot of people aren't fortunate to be in that position either.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, and go back to your point about like Vietnam and everything. Like looking at us to Vietnam, we're so privileged, like extremely
agree.
privileged.
Because everyone in Vietnam, like, it's like a lower standard of living.
100%.
I want to say.
Like I don't know where your parents grew up in, but my parents grew up in the south, and for the most part, the houses there had like metal sheets, like roofs and everything, and just like everything was like kind of like because we lived around like a swamp area and everything.
Yeah.
And it was like, how do you go from that to like here in the United States? You know?
No, that's what I'm saying. Because like I think about like what my parents grew up with, and now what we have now. Like, I'm glad that they have what they have now. Like, they deserve it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, in Vietnam, like maybe it's just because like it's more in our faces. Because you know, there's a huge homeless population in the U.S.
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
a
yeah.
huge population. But we just don't see it as much. But in Vietnam, like very easy to see on the streets. People are selling stuff on the streets. There's old grandmas like riding carts trying to sell stuff still. I'm like,
yeah,
retire, please, relax.
exactly.
But I don't know. I
Eh,
don't know.
Yeah, it's really sad to see, but that's why I feel like with what we have here, we have so much opportunities like right in front of us. But in Vietnam, like you kind of have to
Yeah.
do what our parents did and just leave. You know, I feel like it's always about taking that first step with that courage to kind of break out of that norm and just do it, no matter what everybody thinks.
Yeah, I
Like,
think the hardest part is starting.
oh yeah, no, 100%. Like everybody's gonna judge you. Like I feel like with any influence, like Jason the Weed. Like I feel like when he went back to his high school, like any of his colleges and everything, like everybody judged him. Everybody thought he was so cringe. Nobody thought he was gonna make it, but like he kept on going. Like look at him now. I feel like that's what like anybody who became successful. There's always gonna be doubters. There's always gonna be people who don't think you're gonna succeed.
Yeah.
But like
Because like
wait till
obviously,
you prove them wrong.
yeah, because like in the US, like the standard way of moving up in the world is getting a corporate job,
Yeah.
making $6K. Like other stuff like isn't normalized, so people are gonna think that you're crazy. But like, if you really want that for yourself, then like, why are you making yourself go through that cycle that you don't really want?
Exactly. I feel like free will. Oh, I'd say
Free will
crazy
goes a long way.
thing.
I think that's a big topic of discussion. But I think it's time to wrap it up.
Oh good.
Yeah?
Oh good. Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me today, Andy.
No, of course. No, it was a pleasure having me today. I really enjoyed our time today, man.
All right, it's cool. You want to plug your socials or something? I don't know.
No, I'm good. I don't have TikTok anymore.
Yeah.
I barely use the Instagram. I'm like off of all. Don't find me.
Mysterious guy over here.
Please
Chill
don't
guy.
find me.
Nonchalant. Yeah, you can't find him anywhere. He's mine.
That's my
Alright.
boo right there.
You all hear it here first. But thank you all for listening. That is going to be it for this episode.
Bye,
Peace.
guys.